Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today we'll be reviewing tips for cleaning the air intake manifold on this 2003 LS430. Now let's get started. Common symptoms related to a dirty intake manifold include intermittent variable stability control light, a check engine light, and no diagnostic codes. Tools and supplies needed for this task include a 1/4 inch ratchet, a 10mm socket, small mirror, a magnet, pliers, flat tip screwdriver, and a flashlight. You'll also need PB Blaster penetrating oil spray and Gumout air intake cleaner spray. See other items in the description below. Let's go ahead and remove the engine cover and identify some of the parts we'll be working with today. Okay, using our 10mm socket, let's go ahead and loosen these two bolts and remove the cover. Next, we're going to identify the primary vacuum port that allows vapors from the engine to be siphoned through the PCV valve directly into the engine without gumming up the throttle body. And that is located right here. So there's the port, and that is the PCV hose. Routes directly down to the PCV, which is connected to the valve cover. Our secondary ports are located here, here, and here. This port right here is directly connected to the evap purge valve. And these two ports are used for cleaning and servicing the intake manifold. Next, I want to identify the location of the air injection port actuator located at the rear of the air intake. And I'm going to use a mirror to help me. So getting my mirror into place. And right there, you can see the air injection port actuator located in the center of the screen. And we're going to be manipulating that arm, that metal arm that's located, I want to call it the 12 o'clock position. Just a few comments about the injection port actuator. As I just mentioned, there's an arm that's currently in the 12 o'clock position. I'll be manipulating that arm with this finger right here from the 12 o'clock to the 9 o'clock position. And as I do that, the flaps associated with the injection ports will open and close. So there's a port here, 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 all the way up, and here we go. Okay, when the car is running, the actuator arm will be in the 9 o'clock position, almost locked into that position. And so during the cleaning process, what I'll be doing is just slightly lifting up that arm from the 9 o'clock to the 10 o'clock position to allow the chemicals and the cleaners to get in and around the moving parts so that those parts and areas get cleaned. We're gonna go ahead and loosen up these hoses and caps. So this cap right here comes off pretty easy. I don't even think you need pliers. For this hose, I had to loosen the clamp, pull it off, set it right there. This one had to loosen the clamp, pull it off. And this one I had to use a flat tip screwdriver to push this cap off. It's on there pretty tight. So you just slide it off to the end and then you hold it there. In order for the cleaning to work without the engine stalling, only the cap that you're currently working with should be off or removed from the engine. I'll be restricting the air to keep the engine running as I use 10-second bursts of spray to clean each location. So let's go ahead and start the engine and cleaning process. I'm using the B blaster, and you'll notice that There's a setting for the spray here, and I have it set really low. I only want a little bit of fluid coming out, so all the way to the left. We'll start here. A little vacuum coming out. I'm going to help use my finger to guide the fluid into the port. So I'm pressing down, nothing's coming out, so I'm going to move the lever a little bit to the right. Try it again. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, that's it for that port. Move to the next port. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so at this time, I'm going to move around to the actuator, and I'm going to move the actuator from the 9 o'clock to the 10 o'clock position several times. Now the engine is not going to respond to the movement of the actuator. Okay, that was about 5 times. So let's go ahead and repeat the process. Okay, back to the actuator. So go ahead and repeat for a 3rd time. This time I'm going to move the camera to the back of the vehicle because I want to, when I get inside and rev it up, I want to be able to show you that there will be a little bit of smoke coming from the rear of the vehicle. Okay, I'm going to use the bee blaster one final time to clean the ports. And then I will be manipulating the injection port actuator. After that, I'm going to rev the engine up to 2,000 RPMs. You may or may not see any blue smoke because I recently cleaned the air intake, so it's likely that there's really no buildup in there. So let's see what happens. I'll see you in a few minutes. Okay, as I suspected, the intake is very clean at this point, and so we didn't see any blue smoke coming from the rear of the vehicle. All right, at this time, we're going to be using the Gumout Regane Parts Cleaner and Degreaser, specifically made for intake and throttle bodies. Okay, and we're going to go through the same process as we did with the PB Blaster. Well, this wraps up my video. I hope you found my tips to be helpful. Please like and subscribe. And until next time, drive defensively.